Hey guys, it's Sarah. So today's video is going to be kind of a silly one. These videos were really popular on YouTube like 2 years ago. I don't think I've seen anybody do a video like this recently, but I am constantly getting requests to share more about my cats on my channel. I do have 3 cats now. They are like my entire heart and soul. I love them so much. So I thought it would be fun to do the cats pick my makeup video. They're gonna shop my stash for us. So for each category of makeup, I gave them a few options and had them pick. Elaine is, she's the kitten. She is the one who participated the most, but all 3 of them did participate a little bit. So I do have 3 cats. Heidi is the original one. I adopted her last spring from Seattle Humane back when I lived in Seattle. She's 2 years old. Tala is my boyfriend's cat, actually. She's been living here for the last like 3 or 4 months. She's about 6 years old. She's like the gray tabby that you'll see. And then Elaine is the newest addition. She is about 11 weeks old now, and she's a little torty girl. And yeah, so 3 girls, lots of feminine energy in this household. Anyway, let's go ahead and cut to the makeup choosing process. It was pretty silly.
Okay, so here we are. I laid out some primer options. Heidi, I don't know if Heidi wants to participate. Tala and Elaine. Elaine, are you gonna pick us a primer? This one? You want Glowscreen? Okay. Okay, yeah, you like that one. Okay. Alright, we'll go with the Supergoop Glowscreen for my primer today. Alright, I got 4 foundations here. I love it if you could help me pick one. Oh, and she went right for the NYX Born to Glow. Alright, so she's into the glowy finish. Alright, here's my concealer options. We got 4 of them. Tala, what do you think? Do you have a preference here? Can you pick one, Elaine? Which one? Which one of these do you want? Ooh, she's checking them out. Which one? Oh, she went for the Too Faced. You like the Too Faced Born This Way? Is that your favorite? Okay. So I brought some treats into the mix. These are Heidi's favorite. Hopefully this will get her motivated to help us out. All right. There you go, Heidi. Yeah, those are her favorite. So, girls, I've got some powders here. Would you mind picking one of those for me? Heidi, do you have a preference? Oh, looks like she went for that Physicians Formula one. All right, we'll go with this one. That's the one that she sniffed. Thank you, Heidi. Can you guys pick out a bronzer for me? Oh, checking them out. You sniffed the Jordana and the Milani one. Do you have a preference? Heidi, maybe Heidi can break the tie. Oh, Heidi went for Milani. Hi, Elaine. All right, we're gonna go for the Milani one here. It looks like Tala might be joining in the fun here. Would you like a treat, Tala? Here. Yeah. Oh, Heidi's jealous. Okay. Here, Heidi, here. Does Elaine need one too? Here, Elaine. Here, Elaine. You get a little one. Snack time. All right, here's our blush options. Tala. Oh, Elaine went for the River Organics. Okay. Is this the one we want? Oh, yeah. All right, I think we're gonna go with River Organics. This is the one that Elaine went straight to, so. All right, which one? Heidi? Oh, you like Champagne Pop? Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna go with, you like this one? Yeah, oh, that's a nice one. All right, we're gonna go with that. Thank you, Heidi. All right, I laid out a bunch of palettes. Let's see if anybody picks one. Heidi? Heidi? Would you like to help us? Let's see. Oh, Elaine's checking them out. Do you like any of these? Oh, she just stepped on a bunch of them. Tella, how about you pick one this time? No. You guys are leaving me hanging here. Hey, pretty girl. Do you want to pick us a palette? It's like, no. Elaine really likes that stick highlight. I didn't actually put that in the mix of the other highlighters, but she found it and started playing with it, so maybe we'll have to use that one too. I didn't put that one in the pile of other ones just because it's in my project pan, but you seem to really like this one, so we could do a combination of this and the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter that Heidi chose us. Yeah, I brought my whole collection over here just for easy access. Wow, you girls are really not into palettes, are you? Maybe we should pick a single shadow. Let's see if she likes any of these single shadows. Since you guys weren't really into the palettes, let's see if you would prefer a single. Let's try something. You like the e.l.f. one? You like that e.l.f. liquid shadow? Okay. We'll do that. You want to pick one more? Oops, sorry, Heidi. You like this one? Yeah, you laid down right by that one. Looks like you like this one, huh? You like that one? Yeah? Whoa. All right. We'll do that. So it looks like for eyeshadow, we'll do a combo of these two. I think that'll be pretty. What do you think? You think that'll be pretty? Okay, thanks girls. Thanks for helping. Oh, Tala. Can you pick one of those for me? Oh boy. Oh, Elaine likes that one. All right, we're gonna go with, which one is that? Oh, this pencil one from Jordana, you like that one? Let's pick a mascara, shall we? We've got two options here. Which one? Which one will they pick? Oh, Clump Crusher. Oh, Tala likes Lash Freak. Oh wow, this is the best response yet. Oh wow, Tala, you're getting into it. Okay, Tala really likes this Lash Freak. Okay. Okay, looks like Lash Freak is the winner. All right. Wow, it's unanimous, guys. All right, Tala. Wow. Oh my. Okay. This is the definite winner. Oh. Heidi's like, I don't even know. All right. Good job, girls. Thank you. Thanks for helping, Tala. Okay, well, they love Clump Crusher, too. Should we try the combination of both, then? I've never done that. You silly girls. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, we'll do both. How about we do both? A lot of people have told me they do like this one as a kind of almost like a lash primer. Kind of like lengthen your lashes. All right, so lipstick time. I picked 4 to keep it not too overwhelming. Oh, Tala really likes Axiology there. Dang, she's getting into it, guys. All right, we're gonna go with that one. And it's like, well, I don't know. I kind of like this gloss. All right, so Elaine picked a gloss, and Tala picked a lipstick. Which one is that? Oh, that's a red. So we'll have 2 options then, depending on where the eye look goes. I am very pleased that Tala really got into this at the end. Thank you, Tala. Thank you. Heidi's like, I don't know. I don't even know what you guys are doing. So first things first is primer. The primer that Elaine chose was the Supergoop Glowscreen. This is a sunscreen, but it also is meant to be like a makeup primer as well. It has SPF 40 in it. And I do really like this product. I already put on sunscreen this morning. It's the afternoon now. This morning I put on the Crave Beat Shield, but it's about time to reapply anyway. So this is a very glowy, luminous primer. It almost looks like you're putting like a liquid highlighter on your face. So yeah, super glowy. And then she also went straight for the NYX Born to Glow, which is another glowy product. She must really like
glowy stuff. So I have the shade Alabaster of this. This is a pretty good foundation. It's not quite as glowy as I expected, you know, based on the name. I thought, okay, this is gonna be really glowy. It's decently glowy. It's pretty skin-like, kind of medium coverage. I would say it's pretty similar to the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, which was a favorite for a long time, but I don't like it quite as much. So I did ask on Instagram if you guys had any cat-related questions for this video. Julia asked, how did you decide to get another cat? So we've had Elaine for a little over a month now. We got her when she was about 5.5 weeks old, somewhere around there. She was rescued by someone who lives near me. They had found her, they said they found her in a pool enclosure. I'm not even sure what that means, but basically they found her outside. She was all by herself and she obviously needed someone to take care of her and give her a home. So I keep looking out my window because there's like somebody doing something and I don't know what they're doing. They were not able to keep her because of their landlord, and so they posted in this like local cat lady Facebook group that I'm part of that they were looking for a home, and my boyfriend and I had been kind of talking about maybe adopting a kitten sometime. We were kind of just like, oh, we'll keep our eyes open, but like we're not like in a hurry to adopt a cat. But then when I saw that person post about her on Facebook, I was like, we'll take her. She just looked adorable. She sounded like the perfect little addition, and yeah, it just kind of worked out perfectly. It's like the cat needed a home and we were like, well, we have room, so. All right, if there was a way to ethically adopt or rescue any breed of cats, which would you pick? Honestly, I don't think I would pick a specific breed, even if it was ethical. I mean, I know there are like breed specific rescues. Oh, Too Faced Born This Way. Elaine also chose this one. She really seemed to like this one, so. Elaine was the only one picking for the first few categories, but then towards the end, they all got involved and it was adorable. But yeah, honestly, like there are breed-specific rescues, I think, for most breeds of cats and dogs, but I just like regular old cats. Like I don't really care about breed or color or anything. I mean, no shade to anyone that does. Like, I know there are certain breeds of cats that are actually like hypoallergenic, so I could see why you might want to go for one of those. But yeah, I've always just had regular old shelter cats and they've all been perfect little angels, and I don't think I would go for a specific breed. Are all your cats adopted? Yes. Like I said, I adopted Heidi from Seattle Humane. Tala, my boyfriend, adopted from, she did come from a shelter, and he had a friend who had been rescuing, I guess, more cats than they were able to take care of. They were like, oh, we're looking for a home for her, and he was like, I'll take her. Because she like immediately took to him like as soon as he met her. So I think he adopted her when she was about 1, and Tala actually, he later was looking at her shelter paperwork and found out that she had had kittens at one point. At the, like, I think at the shelter, she had a litter of like 5 or 6 kittens, and there was even a picture of her with her kittens, which is just so adorable. It's so cool to know that she had kittens. Heidi never had kittens. And Elaine, of course, was adopted as well. She was rescued as a stray. And all the cats that my family has had to have always either come from a shelter or been just rescued as strays. How are they getting along with the new family member? They're getting along pretty well. So the powder, I think Heidi chose this, the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder. This one is actually in my project pan. I guess we'll use this for my under eye setting powder since they didn't pick my usual under eye setting powder. They're getting along pretty well. So for a while, Elaine actually was isolated from them just because that's what the vet recommended. She was too young to be tested for FIV and feline leukemia. So the vet said just to be safe, you know, keep them separate as much as you can. But just last week, she finally was tested for those, and both came back negative, thank goodness. So the vet said it's safe to let them intermingle now. So they had seen each other and interacted a little bit before that, just because sometimes Elaine would slip out and, you know, we would kind of supervise them and it was fine. But I would say they're getting along pretty well. Tala, I think, actually really enjoys playing with Elaine. You can see in some of the clips of the them choosing my makeup, Tala and Elaine kind of playing together a little bit, like they're like swatting at each other in a playful way. Heidi is still a little unsure of Elaine. She doesn't mind her. Like I have a picture of them, Heidi and Elaine, both on the cat tree, Heidi on one little platform and Elaine on the one right under her, and they're totally fine. Like Heidi's super chill about it. She's really not a territorial cat at all. The thing that bothers Heidi is Elaine is a little unpredictable. Like Heidi will just be like sleeping on the tree and Elaine will come up to her and start like swatting at her tail. She loves Heidi's tail. I don't blame her because Heidi has the cutest, fluffiest tail ever, but Elaine does kind of get on her nerves sometimes, and Heidi will kind of hiss a little and growl, but she doesn't really get mad. Like she's just kind of like the older sibling telling the youngest to like back off a little bit. So they're getting along just fine. I wouldn't say they're like BFFs yet, but I think they've made really good progress. All right, so next for the River Organics Pinch Cheek Color. I think I have new neighbors moving in right now. I hope they're nice people, that's all. How do you handle taking care of 3 kitties? Are the expenses a lot? So like I said, Heidi is mine, Tala is my boyfriend's, and then Elaine is kind of both of ours. We both have been taking care of her equally. We've been kind of splitting the expenses for her. And then of course he pays for Tala's stuff and I pay for Heidi. Whenever we like order food for them, we split it. We both have 1.5 cats. It's a funny way to put it. But yeah, but it is expensive. Like we do their like Revolution every month, which is the like flea, tick, and heartworm prevention. Even though they're indoor only cats, actually Tala had somehow got worms at one point, even though she's only indoors. You know, it's very possible for people to bring fleas in. And then I have 2 neighbors in this building, one across from me and one downstairs, that have dogs, so fleas could spread in this building. So anyway, all that is to say, it is definitely still necessary to do the monthly flea preventative. And I hate fleas, by the way. I've had terrible experiences with fleas in the past. Flea infestations are very hard to get rid of, so that is expensive. That's like a good $20 a month per cat. It's a lot. You know, we feed them relatively high quality food because that really determines like how healthy they're gonna be in the long run. The better quality food you feed your cats, the longer they'll live and the fewer health problems they'll have down the road. So, you know, it's expensive to have 3 cats. Definitely, you know, keep the cost in mind if you're worried about it, but I mean, it's worth it for us. How hard is it to travel if you have pets? It's really not hard. I mean, it depends on the pet. Some pets can have like separation anxiety and stuff. I'm gonna use this Milani baked bronzer in Dolce. They chose this one. I don't think it was a very like unanimous decision on this, but this is the one that we went with. It depends on the pets. Like some pets have separation anxiety. We haven't traveled at all in the last few months, so. But when I lived in Seattle, whenever I would travel to like come back here to see family or whatever, I just had a pet sitter that I hired through Rover. And of course you really want to vet the person that you're hiring because you want to make sure they're trustworthy and everything. But the one I chose, she had really good reviews on there, and I met her and she came and met Heidi and Heidi really liked her. So yeah, like definitely, you know, if you're hiring a pet sitter, you really do want to make sure you vet them really well. And I actually met 2 different pet sitters and chose that one because I liked her a little bit better than the first one. And preferably find one that you're gonna wanna continue hiring long term, because it's better to have one pet sitter that they know well over and over again than to have somebody different every time. Or maybe if you have a friend or a neighbor that you trust, you know, you can have them come. And some cats actually, you know, if you're only leaving for like 1 or 2 nights, you could even just leave out like an automatic feeder of dry food and just like scoop their litter boxes before you leave. Some cats are fine for like a night or 2 by themselves. It definitely depends on the cat though. That can be doable, but I wouldn't do that for more than like 1 or 2 nights, just because I worry a lot. You can also get a little like cat cam that, you know, you can check up on them and see what they're doing while you're gone. Okay, so we have 2 highlighters. Heidi chose the Becca one in Champagne Pop. She has great taste. And then Elaine really liked the Ulta highlighter stick. So I'm gonna do the highlighter stick first, and then we'll do Becca Champagne Pop on top. That rhymes. This will kind of be like our highlighter base, I guess. Do you think it's hard for cats to live in apartments rather than houses? I would say it depends on the cats, and I think it also depends on the size of your apartment. My apartment is, I think, about 1,100 square feet, so it's a decent size. It's a 2-bedroom. They have plenty of space here to kind of go off on their own. I would say maybe like in a studio apartment, that would be a completely different story. I would not want to have 3 cats in a studio apartment. Again, it really depends on the cats. Like some cats are super chill, not very active. Younger cats tend to need space to run around. And it's really important, really no matter where you live, but especially if you're in an apartment, to just have lots of like enrichment tools around the house. So like we have 2 cat trees, one in this room and one big one in the living room. We have another like smaller perch. So we have those set up by the windows so they can look out. They really enjoy looking out at the birds and stuff. Giving them a place to go up high is really good. I noticed a huge positive difference in Heidi's demeanor once I did get her a cat tree. She, when I first got her, was very kind of insecure because, you know, she'd been passed around from, you know, her original owners to one shelter, and then she was shipped to a different shelter in Seattle where I eventually adopted her, but she had a very unstable childhood. So when I first got her, she was pretty insecure. She would like pee on my bed sometimes. It took some work to kind of get her adjusted. But once I got her a tree, I'm not gonna say her problems completely went away, but like she became a lot more calm. So it really does help for cats to have like vertical space. So especially if you're in an apartment, but I mean really for any type of dwelling, a cat tree I would say is a must. Or some sort of perch for them to be able to get up high. Scratching posts, of course, you always need a scratching post. Some cats prefer like the vertical posts with either the rope or the carpet. Some prefer like a flat like cardboard scratcher. So you may want to experiment, but just gonna do some eye primer. But yeah, and lots of toys, lots of different kinds of toys. Make sure you play with your cat. But yeah, I would say it's definitely doable to have cats in an apartment. It really depends on the cats, of course. I don't think I would have more than 3 cats in this apartment. I think 3 is like a good number, but that is the limit also because my apartment only allows 3 cats, so it feels like a really good number. It feels very doable, and it feels like we're able to give them all the attention they need. So Rachel from Things by the Burke asked, have the cats all started playing and snuggling together yet? So Heidi and Tala, I'll pop up a picture of them. They last weekend were sleeping together on the little chair in the living room, and they were actually touching at one point. So I wouldn't say they were snuggling, like they didn't have their arms around each other, but they were sleeping really close to each other, which was so cute. Heidi also grooms Tala sometimes, which is, oh, it's so cute. So they have become really good friends, and they just like being near each other. With Elaine, they have not started like being super close friends with her yet, just because she's kind of like the very eager younger kid on the playground. Like she wants to play all the time, and sometimes she gets on their nerves a little bit. Tala and Elaine do play sometimes. They'll kind of chase each other, or like you saw in the clips of them together, like they did play a little bit. Heidi and Elaine have not gotten to that point yet, but Heidi tolerates her. But I cannot wait for the day that they like all 3 snuggle together. Oh my gosh, I will die. So I think those are all of the questions at least that have come in so far. Yeah, I love them so much, like so much. So brows are done, and I'm gonna move on to the eyeshadow. So they were not in the mood for palettes today. They were just totally uninterested in the palettes. So we went for some singles instead. I had them pick 2. Elaine picked the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare liquid eyeshadow in Soft Beige, and then the Terre Mere Mineral Eyeshadow in Bronze Moonstone. So I'm gonna just kind of lay down this Soft Beige as a base. I'm not really sure how these colors are gonna do together, but we'll see. I do like this Soft Beige also just kind of on its own. It's a very subtle, just kind of peachy wash. That highlight though, wow. I really like the combination of these 2. It really makes the Becca one pop even more. Ooh. You know what? They did a good job picking out my base. Like this I'm also really liking the combination of the Supergoop Glowscreen and the NYX Born to Glow. I don't know if I've tried this combo before. I think I have, maybe once, but my skin looks nice. Dang, Elaine, she is on her way to becoming a professional makeup artist, that little one. So this is gonna be a super simple eye look, which, you know, I really don't mind. And, you know, they were on the right track to have me pick out some singles because I'm always using palettes, but I do tend to neglect my little single shadows. So, all right, so I'm just gonna tap some of this Terre Mere Bronze Moonstone shadow. I love this shadow, by the way. It is so pretty. Every time I use it, I'm like, why don't I wear this more often again? I wouldn't have thought to use this with the Soft Beige shadow, but I'm just gonna, I don't know if the finger was the best idea. Hang on. So yeah, it's kind of a cool taupey shimmer mixed with like a warm peachy color. So it's a little different than what I would normally pick, but I think it's pretty though. You know, why don't we take a little bit of Becca Champagne Pop on the inner corner, just for a little inner corner highlight. Okay, so the new neighbors are very giggly. So far, that's all I know about them. All right, so for liner, Elaine again picked this Jordana liquid eyeliner pencil in Black Point. I think it's just called a liquid eyeliner pencil because it's kind of like a smooth formula. It's not actually liquid. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye. Great. All right, and then mascara. So they got really excited about the mascara selection. Tala was obsessed with this new Urban Decay Lash Freak mascara. They actually just sent this to me. I was in utter disbelief when I got that email. But yeah, so I've only tried this once so far. It does have a very strange brush. Part of it has no bristles, and then the other part kind of looks like the bottom of a caterpillar or something. It's a little bit creepy looking, but they also really seem to like the CoverGirl Clump Crusher Extensions mascara, so I thought it would be cool to try this one sort of as a primer almost to kind of lengthen and separate my lashes. Some people have told me they really like doing this with this mascara, because I've said before I don't really love this. And I'll use this for my lower lashes too. See, like, it's just so underwhelming what it does. But this is the extensions version, not the original version. I don't know if there's a difference. I haven't tried the original. Has anyone tried both, and do you prefer the original to the extensions, or I don't know, maybe I should give that one a try. But I will say, if I'm having like a really light makeup day, I don't mind it. Like, it kind of just makes my lashes dark. So I'll let that kind of dry a little bit before I go in with the second coat. My first experience with this Urban Decay Lash Freak, when I tried it for the first time yesterday, it made my lashes look so thick and long. Like, they looked great, but applying it was a little tricky just because the brush is kind of odd. It really loaded up my lashes with a lot of mascara. Like, look at how coated this brush is in mascara. Wow, you know, I actually think that CoverGirl Clump Crusher did kind of help with just keeping my lashes separated. I mean, do you see that? That looks incredible. You guys know I really don't normally buy high-end mascaras, so I mean, you know, I'm very grateful to be able to test this one out, but like, it better perform, you know? If it's, I think this is $25, and I do think this is available now, at least on QVC, so if you're wanting to get your hands on it. But I mean, it's definitely a unique product, which is good. I mean, there's so many mascaras on the market. I'm actually pleased. You know, I was looking at the brush, I was like, because it looked like it was even more loaded up with product than it was the first time I used it. So I was like, oh no, this is gonna really clump up my lashes, but no. I mean, it is a clumpier mascara from what I've gathered, which is kind of a side effect of it being very volumizing. But I mean, look at that. My lashes look intense, and I'm not gonna put this on the lower lashes. Both Tala and Elaine chose a lip product. Tala was really into the Axiology lipstick in Clarity, which is kind of a red. And Elaine really liked this gloss from e.l.f. in the shade Pink Cosmo. I think I'm just gonna go with Pink Cosmo for this look because it's a very kind of light look. And I feel like this is gonna go better than the red. That is pretty. I really do like that gloss color. Let me give you a closer look of that mascara. Look at those lashes. It's pretty intense, huh? So I am very impressed with these cats' ability to choose a full face of makeup. I thought they did a great job. I like the direction they went in with kind of like a really, you know, simple eye look. They were like, let's not do a big palette today. Let's focus in on some of these simple single shadows, and I really appreciate that. You know, they went with a pairing that I wouldn't normally go for, but I actually think it's really pretty. It's very simple, very summery. The base is beautiful. Like, I am gonna be using this combination more often. I didn't realize I liked that combination so much, but my skin looks so smooth and like glowy, but not greasy or anything. Like, it just looks very perfected. So wow, good job, Elaine. That girl has some taste. That, I think, is gonna go ahead and conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was kind of just silly and lighthearted. So many of you guys asked me to share more of my cats in my videos, so hopefully this scratched that itch for you. And it was a weird thing to say. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon in my next video. Bye.